figure out a way to have a microphone sort of thing, and unfortunately, no proper speakers other than which ones I put on the ends. Siren speakers.
Is anyone other than me going to record?
I'm recording, so
Copy. Let us know when you're about to start then, will you?
we're going to start.
Copy. Starting.
Alrighty. Welcome to our Veterans and Remembrance Day 2025. Try to do this on the day of an actual date, but unfortunately, we actually have a mission on the day, and it's during the weekday. And I did have the option of could run it in the morning, but it could conflict with some people. So doing it tonight, I figure it's best, easy, and thank you all for coming. With that, we'd like to honor our current veterans that we have for all nations, regardless. And those other countries celebrate it at a different day, but I just figured it was all in one day. It was covered now. So I am going to list off the members I remember that served, and some that aren't here. I might be off a little bit on their what they did, but we'll start off.
Hang on a sec now. Any way to turn off the fucking hood?
What you mean?
Well, you've got your stuff in your top right corner. You've got your bloke and your bars and everything.
Not that I know of to hide it. Yeah, it does look awkward, doesn't it?
Ooh. Give me a moment and
I'll give Hellcat a minute. Good there, Hellcat.
hang on. That too.
And how to do it in Zeus, but that's about as far as I know.
No, I won't do it. No, not having it.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm going to list off current members that are veterans that as I said, I remember and wrote down, so I won't miss. And as I asked Guns earlier, so I can make sure I'm correct with him. Current here, Ray, United States Air Force, retired. Thank you for your service, Ray. Guns ablazing. Honorable discharge from the United States Navy. Again, thank you for your service there, Guns. We have Red Weasel, who retired from the United States Army. We have Sheepdog, who served in the U.S. Army and I believe was honorable discharged before becoming a cop. We currently have active duty is Stupar in the U.S. Army. God save Germany for that. Now we go on to our friends over on the pond. We have with us as Hellcat, which is honorable discharge from the Royal Air Force. Thank you for your service there, Hellcat. We also have Bulldog, which was honorable discharge from, I'm going to say it was tied to the British Army. You were, if I remember correctly, our version of the National Guard.
Yep, that's correct.
Thank you for your service as well there, Bulldog. We have current member Nels, the Royal Air Force, who's on leave or working. We can never figure out with him now, but he is currently active. current member who just recently retired, he was former Royal Air Force and retired out of the British Army, Pritchard. And as we miss him, hope he comes back soon.
Here.
And also, former retired British Army is Wolfgrim. And that is the list I do have, and then what I do remember that served. And if I am missing someone that is current, do tell me. Excellent. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to ask Hellcat.
Did you mention Red Weasel?
Yes, I did. I did mention Red after Ray. Red was retired U.S. Army.
Copy.
All right. Well, I'll have Hellcat approach and raise the British flag. Excellent. Thank you, Hellcat. And now I'll have Guns approach the U.S. flag and raise it at half-mast. Wish he just move his eyes, not his whole body. Thank you, Guns. Alright, for our friends across the pond as it is your Remembrance Day, does anyone want to come up and have an announcement or someone they want to remember from service? You don't have to come up if you don't want to.
I have some on behalf of Pritchard.
Okay, would you want to come up and do that?
Number 1434285. Corporal Wilf Thomas, 2nd Royal Fusiliers. Lieutenant David Behrman, 2nd Royal Fusiliers. Corporal Des Duckett, 14th Regiment Royal Signals. Sergeant Baz Bearwood, Royal Air Force. God rest them all, per ardua.
Excellent. Does anyone else, even if it's the U.S., that has someone they want to remember?
I can.
Alright, okay, want to come up or you want to do it down there?
I would like to remember Senior Aircraftman Tom Johnson. Only served 6 months and I sent him to his death on a stupid run to go and pick up a compass, and he never came back from a car accident. Very young lad. Great guy. Such a sad way to go.
Anyone else?
I'd like to remember a couple people.
Okay.
I like to remember my father, Specialist 4th Class John Nesbitt, U.S. Army, passed away 15 years ago. Currently, my Uncle Lloyd, Master Sergeant, United States Army, retired. Some people I served with, Staff Sergeant Gerald LaMontagne, deceased. He was a supervisor of mine at my first base. Served with him at 2 different other bases. Great friend.
Anyone else? I got a couple myself that I knew. My other grandfather, well, my mother's father, Maurice Polk, served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War time, but wasn't deployed. Having an uncle who served in the U.S. Air Force, currently a truck driver, alive. I have a couple of family members that were cousins that served. One was in the, both were Army. They were deployed. And I want to remember a fellow that my father worked with that he might have forgotten. Unfortunately, he took his own life when he came back from deployment. Senior Airman Michael King. And I have a couple of former co-workers that I knew that served. I just knew they were veterans. Don't know what the branch were, but they were great people. Alright, we'll take a moment of silence for everyone we knew that have gone or are currently serving and are in harm's way. Alrighty. Well, I got a few other things to do before we can call this good. Hopefully it isn't too bad, but we will have a 21 gun salute. Our nice field artillery guns in the back will do it for us tonight.
Attain Hut, present arms.
Oh, don't tell me you're not going to fire. Really? Something broke it. Gotta love it. One moment as this worked in all my testing, but it's decided to act up.
Order arms.
Well, that was the first that they worked in every testing I did on the first call. So that was odd. Oh, so poor fisherman's boat's gonna be gone now. Sorry about that. Alrighty, and now the fun part. I am going to do a flyover. I'll give you a moment. The British aircraft did not want to cooperate to begin with, so I'm going to have to do the ambient flyby. So stand by. Alright, AI, ambient flyby. Here. BAF Air Force, NTP, Herc 2,175. Slow. Northeast. There's the same one. Army. Apache. So hope this doesn't break. If you look to your southwest, you'll see them on the horizon coming. The aircraft is on a slow approach. The helicopters are at normal speed, and they should be passing center stage. That's also a lot better than what I was testing. That is on behalf of our friends across the pond and with the British Royal Air Force. British Army, the Royal Marines, and the Royal Navy. Now up, the U.S. military helicopters. And I hope nothing breaks and they didn't run out of fuel. Sitting this long. Jeez, animations. The helicopters will be a moment. They are on their way. Approximately 6.5 kilometers. Make sure to see them coming on the horizon. Yep, I see them. The little birds. Here they come. Yeah, I messed up on the British one. I was going to do Herc, Merlin aircrafts, one of each on each side to get a nice flying. Music is so beautiful. As it for the helicopters, which was in the lead, was the H6 Little Bird family of OH6, MH6, and the AH6 attack birds. Followed behind was the UH1 Huey. Followed up on top above was from the SOAR, the MH47, and both variants of the MH60 Blackhawk. Followed up behind them were the standard Army Chinook, Blackhawk, and of course the iconic Apache. Followed in behind was the U.S. Marines, the CH-53, UH-1 Venom, and the AH-1 Viper. Last but not least, now will be the aircrafts, and I had to do this manually as they did not want to cooperate originally, so stand by for the air demonstration of the U.S. military. Alright. Here. Stand by. Ambient. Flyby. Here. U.S. Air Force. M. Slow. 200. 1. Yeah, it's still moving too fast. Even on slow setting. Better not crash. It did. I caught that. Well, that will conclude tonight's and this year's Veterans and Remembrance Day. Thank you for coming.